Today's vlog is brought to you by Absolute Charm Vacation Rentals. Hey, remember how yesterday we were like, nothing's happening and it's so frustrating. Today we have things happening and it's really exciting. As the world turns, things change. So we got this material. Hang on, I'll show you. We've been waiting on this material for like weeks now. This is the rest of the material for our porch ceilings. We thought we ordered enough the first time and we were a little bit short, and then we thought that we had reordered this weeks ago, like before pilgrimage. We thought we reordered it, but it never got ordered. Here, I'll take you and show you where it goes. Then we're gonna go inside and look at the parts of a window. This is our worker bee, Christy's car. Here we go. Goes up here to finish off this porch ceiling. So that's obviously all new. I don't know if you all remember what the porches, the galleries looked like when we were done with demo, but basically they didn't exist at all. And we've had to completely rebuild all of these. So all of this material is all new, tongue and groove. And all of this is new, tongue and groove. And you can see we were just a little bit shy. Other exciting news, two most exciting news is, first of all, our boy Marcus Buffington, who is our electrical contractor and like has pulled all of our permits for us. He's got the city inspector coming this week. Now we know we're not gonna pass this first inspection. We know we won't pass the first inspection. You never pass the first inspection, ever. But at least we can get it out of the way and get our checklist items that we're gonna need to do and get those checklist items checked off so we can start moving forward with the drywall in the main house. And then number two, the HVAC contractor called us or texted us this morning like at 5 a.m. and said, Thursday or Friday this week I'm getting started and I have a whole week booked off for you. I am about to dance for joy. I went from like the depths of despair yesterday, like nothing's ever gonna happen, we're never gonna move forward, to like all of a sudden a bunch of things are happening. So that's really, really thrilling. Let's go look at a window. Okay, I'm here filming by myself, so I have to talk kind of loud so the camera can be far enough away so that I can do it on blown up so you can see all the parts. So let's talk about the anatomy of a window. Right now we still have our trim on, but when we pull the trim off, you'll see the entire structure of the window exposed. And pardon the noise, they're shaving the house still. Most people call this part of the windowsill, right? You say, my cat likes to sit in the windowsill. This is not the sill. This top part is the stool. The sill is actually the support beam underneath your casing. So the inside here, this is your casing. These are your rails, these are your stiles, and in between would be your muttons, but those are gone. And then you have a sill, a window sill that functions just like a sill beam in the house. So the sill beams in the house are your exterior support beams that run the perimeter of your house. You have the same thing with a window. You have a sill under here, and I'll show you here in a second what's going on with this one. And then you have a header. So you have a header and a sill. You have king studs on the outside, and you have these little cripple jack studs underneath and above, cripple studs. But the window sill is actually underneath. So let me show you what's going on with our window sill. Put this close. So this is your stool. This is your sill. S-I-L-L, not S-E-A-L. Your sill beam. Now, do you see what's happened here with our sill? You shouldn't be able to see the outside. That should be solid. The entire top of our sill beam has rotted. Rotten, rotten, rotten. Now the good news is that this sill beam only extends the width of the window. So you can see it starts right there and it ends right there. This isn't like a structural sill that's gonna run the entire length of the house and have problems. So what we're gonna do is we're going to try to remove the entire casing. Now that can be a challenge because of course this is nailed in all the way around. We're gonna pull this trim off. We're gonna see how difficult it would be. Ideally, we'll remove the entire casing and then replace the sill with the casing out. If it becomes too difficult, we will do it with the window in situ. But preferably, we're gonna take the casing out. You can see here, our stool is also rotten. This is our stool. Look at that. Oh, hello, wasp. Just rotten. You remember on the other stool that I repaired with the Abitron wood epoxy, I could poke it and it was still solid. I poked this one, there's nothing there. Nothing there. This is old damage. This has been this way. This has to have been this way for probably 20 or 30 years to get this bad. So we'll be replacing the sill and the stool on this. So again, we want to be able to pull this casing out. It'll make it a lot easier. One of the things Kevin and I have talked about extensively with Hope Farm is the amount of work there is to do beyond the fire damage. Just like any 250-year-old home, there's a lot of maintenance that has to go on all the time. And no matter how magnificent you are as an owner, it is impossible to stay on top of all the maintenance all the time. And when we think about the fact that the last owner here was well into her 80s, living on her own, did not have a spouse with her, her children were out of state, and they took fabulous care of her, and they were very mindful of her and her being here. There are just little things that just get overlooked, and like the window sill is rotting. That's gonna be one of those things. And we found so many things like that. We found things that in earlier remodels, like the 1926 remodel that Catherine Grafton Miller did, really bad structural choices that were made that we're having to go back and repair those as well. Lots of cobbled together plumbing that obviously normally we might have left the plumbing because the plumbing wasn't damaged in the fire, but it was so cobbled together that we had to strip all of that out and just do it fresh and new. And that way it's clean, it's clear, it's obvious what goes where and what's controlling what. So not only are we dealing with the repair from, the fire, having to completely rebuild the house, but we're having to deal with just kind of like deferred maintenance that comes with owning a 250-year-old home. So this window is one of those situations that we're going to be dealing with that was already here before the fire, and the fire just made it really obvious what needed to be handled and taken care of. This is one of those issues I was telling you about that Catherine Grafton Miller did. So this is where her bathroom was. There was one bathroom in this main house originally, and this is where her bathtub was right here. And you can see that they cut into, first of all, they cut into this stud. We've sistered it. So this stud was literally just hanging here. You see that? Like, just cut it out to accommodate for the plumbing. And then up here in this very important header, they've just cut through it almost all the way. I mean, there is a baby sliver left right there, but not enough to be structural. So we are now that the wires are run, we've taken advantage of that little cavity to run the wires. We're gonna come back in, sorry, I'm by myself again. We're gonna come back in right here and put a little support timber, a little support panel. There are these little flat metal panels that you actually use in roofing that we're gonna come in to support right here with. So hopefully that will take care of this very bad structural decision that was made in 1926. Altogether, we're pretty fortunate on these windows. This looks like the only one in the main house that is this deteriorated. There's repairs that need to be done on the others, but that's okay. This one is the only one that looks like it's this far gone. There are a couple on the L that look like they may be this far gone, but just a couple. And when you consider that there are something like 48 windows total in this structure, having 2 or 3 where you've got to replace the sill and the stool, it's not too bad. I'll take it. To show you from the outside, you can really see, like, it's just gone. Stool and sill both are just gone. That's okay. We can fix, we can repair. That's what we're dealing with on the windows on the L. So I literally just pulled off this stool. This is the stool that was here, and it's just rotten. But look at the glazing. There are 20 windows, which means 40 sashes on this L, and all of them are in this condition. And again, this of course is a pre-fire situation. This was like this. So I'm gonna have to take every one of these 20 windows out, and I'm gonna have to redo 40 sashes. 40, like we did on the front of the house. So does anybody want to come and spend a week at Hope Farm and have a window restoration party? Yeah, those are the things that I look at and get super overwhelmed because that's such a monumental undertaking. I mean, just taking a window out can take a whole day. So it is a monumental undertaking to think about doing these 40 sashes by myself. But it's gotta be done. And I think we've decided, initially we wanted to get the entire house done all at one time, the main house and the L, all at one time, do it all at the same time. But I think we've decided, because we want to move into the main house as soon as possible, that we're going to focus our efforts on getting the main house finished. So like down to Austin painting the faux bois doors and Matthew come in doing the dining room mural and doing the furniture and getting everything reupholstered and decorating everything, so we can move into the main house. And then we will finish the L once we have moved into the main house, because it's a monumental project. We could have the main house done by September, realistically. Now that we're kind of back on track, if things stay on track like they feel like they are, I think we could have the main house done by September. And then we can put all of our energy and time and focus into getting the L finished.
Are you headed to Natchez for one of our many year-round festivals? Balloon races, music events, Christmas tree lighting, parades, historic home tours, historic cemetery tours. Natchez, Mississippi has so much to offer year-round, but we know when you get here, you're going to be looking for an absolute charming place to stay. And that's where we think at Absolute Charm Vacation Rentals, we have just the place for you. Anything from a beautiful, charming southern front porch overlooking the majestic Mississippi River, perfect for sunsets, sunrises, to an intimate, cozy cottage with a private hot tub, pet-friendly places, family-friendly places, and girlfriend, get-out-of-town, getaway places. We have it all at Absolute Charm Vacation Rentals. So we invite you to go to our site, absolutecharm.com/Natchez, and we look forward to seeing you in Natchez, Mississippi real soon.
Stanley, can you say goodbye?
Do you still feed them?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I have my tack room's insulated.
Okay.
It stays cool year round.
Okay.
I put a heater in the winter when it's really cold outside.
Okay.
And I feed them twice a day. I mean, they're shut in at night.
Okay.
Why don't you go over there and tell everybody what's happening?
So this is Helen. Hi. And she's taking Mog and Tippy to go be barn cats with her horses in Georgia. But nobody freaked out. She was just telling me they're gonna have their own house, their own condo.
I had her on video telling them.
Okay. So as I was panicking about what their life was gonna be like, she's gonna take good care of these babies.
They're gonna be probably happier than a cooped up house
I
cat,
would
honestly.
imagine so. Much happier.
Except
Mog's
Bones
been
is very happy being a
dying
cooped
to
up
get
house
out,
cat.
so he's gonna live a good life.
And I live there, so I'm there all the time.
Okay.
So,
Good.
yeah.
All right.
There you go. All right, so you just handed off 2 kittens.
I did, and one of them I wanted to keep.
And it didn't go that well.
Are the scratches on my arm an indication
Yeah,
of how well it did not go?
I got scratched up pretty good too. And
Well.
this is that is Ted, who has
Ted.
decided he lives with us.
He is our cat. Ted decided he was
But
our cat a few
tell
days ago.
him what happened.
Well,
we had 4 kittens.
We had 4 kittens. They're very well socialized with us. They love us, but they've not been around any other people. So Matthew and Helen got here, and we had Tippy and Balfour who were going with Helen, and we were taking them outside, and they flipped out when they saw new people, and Balfour ran away. And first Balfour just ran under the house, and I went, and she came right to me, no problem, and I started to walk back around the corner again, and she saw Helen and Matthew and flipped out again and ran into the woods. So now we have Ted in the house and Balfour in the woods, and we don't know where she is, and so we hope that she'll come back and we can get her back in the house.
So who
That did not go
went
smoothly.
that wasn't going to go?
Mog.
But
Tippy and Mog. But it's okay.
Mog needed to go.
Mog needed to go. He had decided in the last couple of days he wanted to be outside so bad. Right before Helen got here, I had to pull Mog back inside the house 3 times. Every time we open the door, Mog zips out and is wanting to be an outside cat. So I think he's going to be a spectacular barn cat. And you heard Helen talk about how her barn cats live. They have their own room that's heated and cooled, and she feeds them twice a day, and they're kept in at night. So I think he's going to have a spectacular cat life with Helen in her horse farm. It's going to be a very happy life for him. Stanley. But
So
I'm a
now
little sad.
we're down to one
We're
kitten.
down to one
but,
kitten. We hope
but Balfour has
comes
gone away
back.
before and come back. So we think he'll probably come back.
Yeah, we hope.
Yeah, Stanley says, I need to be the only one.
I'll be okay if he doesn't come back.
Yeah, I'll be fine. Who's going to help me edit? Huh? No. Stanny's a good help. Ted, not so helpful. No, you're not so helpful. There we go, getting a new washer and dryer combo. We bought the exact same one that we had, which is probably stupid because it had problems, but yeah, we liked it otherwise, so I guess we'll see how this one goes.
Where you gotta go first?
In other news, we did finally get our washer and dryer, and they had to bring it up the back stairs. But hallelujah, she's here. Because, gosh, it's been weeks since we've had a working washer and dryer. don't know what Kevin's doing. I'm gonna quit watching now. It's making me nervous. I've never understood why influencers do this, and I've always hated it. But I got my fingernails done,
Yeah.
and now it's like almost natural.
Well, it's
like, you have to
ASMR.
do it. I don't know. Anyway, we got some mail today. Here's the mail that never fails. My niece used to love that. And we discovered it was Blue's Clues. Anyway, I think I know who this is from. Mobile, Alabama. This is from, I think, from my Stanley. My lovely, lovely Stanley.
I feel bad if it's not.
I know. It is from my Stanley.
You're talking like Stanley the dog.
Oh, I know. Sorry. So it's my friends. Just
Stanley.
wanted to say hello and hope you're having a great day back at home. Regards, Stan. So Stan came to our, he came to this last Restoring Hope weekend, but he came to the one before that, and it was his first one. And you know how you meet people sometimes, and it's just like my soul recognizes your soul. We've been friends somewhere before. Stan was just that guy. Like, he just sat down next to me, and there was just this instant connection, and it was really beautiful. And now he's just like, he's just like in my heart, and he checks on me every day. He's so lovely. So thank you, my friend. Just mailed to make me happy. You just sent it to make me happy. And then my friend Catherine has sent me a package, and this one's kind of weighty. So this is probably my last birthday surprise.
Huh?
We wanted to share it with you.
We should tell them. So we've got a couple of Instagram warriors. And
Instagram what?
Instagram warriors who are out
Warriors. I thought you said lawyers.
there. Lawyers,
I was like,
no. Catherine and then Sweetie Darling, which is her real name is
I love Felicia.
Felicia.
She's one of my dear friends from like my real life.
Yes.
Felicia and I were friends for 10 years before.
We've never
any
met
of this.
Catherine in real life,
Not
have
in
we?
real life.
I know she needs to come down here.
Look at all the Catherine lives in Canada. Look
she
at all
does.
of the wonderful vintage linens that oh, these are so darling. All embroidered vintage. Oh, these are the ones that are painted like my great grandmother used to do. Look at these. And some
Oh my goodness.
fabulous fabric. What's on this? Let's see. Is that the front side or the back side?
It's a mystery.
It's hippopotamuses. And it's fantastic, like 60s double knit. I got to make something great out of that. Thank you, my sweet friend. You know how these vintage linens thrill my dark soul.
Well, those two keep us laughing on Instagram.
They do.
They're hilarious.
They keep me grounded and happy and laughing. I mean, we have a bunch of people who do that. Don't think you're not one of them. Yes. We didn't say your name, but Catherine is super special. Thank you, my precious friend. Thank you for the wonderful spoiling you all did for me. For my birthday month. It was just absolutely beautiful and wonderful, and I cannot thank you all enough. And we love you.
Want to say goodbye until tomorrow?
Until tomorrow. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.